The villains of this show are not your typical dumb-witted, mustache-curling villains. In fact, they are very unique because they are smart. They are tactical in what they do. And that's something I really love about Jujutsu Kaisen, and in this episode, it is very evident. Yo, what's good you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm K.V Productions. I talk mainly about entertainment, and today I'm going to talk about the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shibuya Incident, Season 2, Episode 8. It dropped today only, and I must say this episode was really exciting. In this episode, we begin with Gojo, who's in this veil, trying to figure out who and where the person who put this veil really is, who drew these curtains. He goes all the way down to a metro railway, Jogo and Hanami once again, and one more character whom I'm not very familiar with, but he uses blood manipulation similar to this other guy who also uses blood manipulation. And then you would think that you already know the outcome of this battle, where these two characters have no shot against Gojo. We have seen them against Gojo before, at least Jogo was against Gojo before, and he didn't stand a chance, and we already know that they are going to lose. So yeah, but at the same time, you already know that there's no way that they are here without a plan, because this has been built up all the way to this point. This is the apotheosis to all the previous encounters where they were talking about this incident that's going to happen in this season, at the beginning of this season. Okay, it's smart on Hanami, Jogo and Geto's part to get a lot of civilians involved in this, but Geto was just killing and burning people, and Gojo didn't even care at all. That's one thing I wanted y'all to look at, that Gojo didn't even care, or maybe it's because he's well aware they're trying to use these civilians to defeat him. They're trying to use them as his weakness to defeat him. Maybe he's already realized that they're using it against him so that they can take him down. So that's probably why he's not saving these people. But then again, even though he knows that he'll probably lose if he saves those people, I still expected him to go after those people and try and help them. But let's not forget Season 2, Episode 3, where he was like, should we kill these people? So he's not really all the way to the end of the spectrum nice guy. You know, he's not really that nice of a guy. He's more of a white and black. He's more on this side. That's how I would say it. So you already know he's gonna lose, but at the same time you're a bit confused. What is their plan here? And let's not forget, this is Jujutsu Kaisen. The villains in this show do not have a clear shot plan. The villains here are not like your dim-witted villains that you usually see. They are really smart, they are cunning. Geto has something really planned here. He tells both Hanami as well as Jogo to keep Gojo busy for 20 minutes so that he can do what he wants to do. On the other side, we have Yuji, Itadori Yuji, our main character of this show, who finally gets to be a part of some action. When was the last time we ever saw this guy in action? Like, it was probably in Season 1. That was probably the last time we saw him in action. Because the last episode was more for Mekamaru, and the 2 episodes before that was actually just them showing those characters back again. They weren't fighting they were not back in action. So he was fighting that giant grasshopper, and before he went to fight that thing, Mei actually tells him that these people have been transfigured, and suddenly he remembers of Junpei, but it didn't show or tell his name. We already know what Yuji Itadori would be thinking. He'll be immediately reminded of Junpei, one of his close friends who tragically died because of the transfiguration things. And they didn't have to tell, and that's such a great way to tell a story. It's about show, don't tell. Show us that, you know, he's thinking about Junpei without telling us that he's thinking about Junpei. So that's a great way to do things. Of course, if he remembers about Junpei, somebody else comes to his mind, and that's Mahito. So he knows that Mahito is there, and he holds a grudge against Mahito because of what he did to Junpei back in Season 1. So it's going to be a rematch for him, and he's wanted to fight Mahito for a very long time because of what he did to Junpei. Finish off the business. This is such a great way to tell a story. Here, Yuji Itadori is finally back in action, and my oh my, it was so exciting to see him fight this giant grasshopper thing, and he's teamed up with Mei and her brother. And what's with this kind of character relationship where in anime there's always this guy who's protecting this lady, saying that, you know, you should be really thankful for having her compliment you. What's with these characters? It's in Demon Slayer, it's in so many other animes. So why is this kind of thing here. But then again, I don't know much about her brother. We only know about this character, who's also kind of mysterious because we don't know much about her either. This episode we had 2 great action sequences, and that was just really amazing to watch. And like how I said, these characters are really smart. They are not dumb-witted like this is how Jujutsu Kaisen is. Jujutsu Kaisen is a really smart show with really smart characters and a power system that's quite intricate and quite complex as well. So that's one thing I really appreciate about Jujutsu Kaisen, and the world building is very rich as well. In this episode they didn't build upon the world building, but in previous episodes they have, and it's quite rich. So once again, another exciting episode with 2 fast-paced action sequences that are also building up to something else, and I can't wait to see where this episode leads us to in the future. That's all I have for today's video. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.